Hey guys, I'm here to talk about Ninja Nitro. Ninja Nitro comes in these little tubes. It's like a liquid thing. You can just pop the top off and squeeze it out, drink it straight. You can put it in your Ninja Red. You can mix it with maybe a Zing or whatever you want. Um, but I want to talk about all of the amazing benefits of nitro. And I'm going to look away at my notes here because there's a lot of stuff. So think about when you think about nitro, think about it being a nutrient filled energy blast. And as opposed to just an energy boost, like you might get in an energy drink or something, this is like a nutrient filled blast of energy. It's not habit forming. So it's not like you get hooked on it other than you just love it and you want more of it, right? It supports brain function, heart health. It really supports our endocrine system, and it doesn't cause jitters or increased heart rate or blood pressure spikes like you would see. And there's a lot of research on what energy drinks are doing to people in those areas. Like it's really damaging their heart. It's, causing blood pressure spikes, things like that. Things that you don't want to happen. Nitro will not do that. It helps with those squirrel moments, like if you're a person, or maybe you just have a period of time where you're just like brain off in a million different directions. It helps with focusing and better cognitive ability. It reduces psychological stress. It manages your metabolism. It improves your physical energy. It helps with mood and combats physical and emotional stress. It aids in, this is something that is kind of amazing. It aids in relieving tensions in your body so that it allows you a good night's sleep. Now, I wouldn't recommend that you take a nitro right before you go to bed, but if you're taking nitro during the day, what you're doing is all of the different things that nitro has in it and the way that it works with your body, it causes that whole fight flight syndrome. If you tend toward that or any of that kind of thing, it causes like an even out tone to that. And so it actually reduces those kinds of stresses in your body that happen during the day, to the point that it allows a better night's sleep. So like I said, I wouldn't take one of these right before you go to bed, but if you're taking it during the day, and you might notice a better night's sleep from taking it. It reduces oxidative stress, which is the breakdown of your body, and you can look up what does oxidative stress do to your body. It supports your heart and your eyes, and it floods the fatigue in our bodies with nutrients. Remember, I talked about it being a nutrient filled energy boost. Well, it actually looks at the fatigue in our bodies and floods nutrients into that fatigue. And it increases resiliency and tenacity. So if you're thinking that you need an extra boost of energy even to start your day, or maybe that afternoon slump, um, or you have a test coming up or a huge to-do list, or you've got a meeting coming up where you need to be super focused, super alert, nitro can be helpful. If you're an athlete, endurance, this would be super helpful. If you've got, if you're going out and you're, riding your bike or doing any kind of sports or anything like that, nitro would be a good thing to be taking right beforehand. So a couple of the things in nitro, I'm not going to go through all the ingredients because it's a lot, but a couple of things in nitro is there's a bioenergy ribose thing, and it's essential to build ATP in the body. And ATP is the body's energy currency, if you think about it like that. So you need ATP to take a breath, to have a heartbeat, to fire a neuron in your brain. And Gary Young specifically designed Nitro to support cognitive fitness as well as support physical performance. So this is a type of D-ribose that has been clinically tested for its ability to increase endurance, energy, and aerobic capacity. A lot of studies, a lot of clinical studies show that supplementing this bioenergy ribose can significantly improve endurance, recovery time, and reduce cramping, soreness, and fatigue. So it's used, that kind of thing is used by Olympic and professional athletes. So this is a super special energy thing for athletes. So it also has Korean ginseng in it, which is really good for your cognitive function. It has a green tea extract. That is where it gets its natural occurring caffeine. And there's approximately 30 milligrams of natural occurring caffeine in one tube of Nitro. So there's a big difference between a natural occurring caffeine and a non-natural occurring caffeine. So this one is the natural occurring caffeine from the green tea extract. It has B vitamins in it, and B vitamins are really critical for our neuron function. So one of the things that is important about the B vitamins in here is because it's in a liquid form, there are some people that really struggle with metabolizing B vitamins in their body. And Jerry, my husband, is one of those people. For whatever reason, he can take like the Super B and stuff. He does not get the same. I mean, he can actually tell he's not absorbing it or metabolizing it the same. A lot of people that might have autoimmune issues would fall into that category too, where they might have a hard time metabolizing B vitamins. Well, Nitro in the liquid form, the B vitamins in the liquid form, make it easier for those people to metabolize the B vitamins. So if you're one of those people, this might be really important just for you to be getting your B vitamins, much less everything else that it does for you. It helps with your eyes. It has a micronutrient to help with liver function, digestion, proper DNA function. It has the highest level of vitamin C that has rutin in it, and it has very high levels of calcium, and is 100% bioavailable of those things. So that is super important in this day and age. Everybody's looking for good sources of vitamin C, because that's a hard one for outside of natural sources, natural food sources, for our body to have good bioavailability for it. This is a really good vitamin C source. So think about that as well as your vitamin Bs. It has a natural occurring fiber, 17 trace minerals, and 18 amino acids, among tons of other things. Okay, and it has, the other thing that it has is it has iodine in it. It has one of these packets has 50% of the recommended daily value of iodine that we need for our bodies. And so iodine is really important for our thyroid health, for lots of things. And years back, they started putting iodine in salt because it was such an issue, especially for women, of getting enough iodine in their bodies. So that's why they created the iodized salt. Well, nowadays, they're kind of getting away from that. So we might not be getting our iodine from some of those sources. So this is a good source of iodine. It has choline, which supports the cell membrane structure and is a building block for neurotransmitters, again, brain stuff. The acetylcholine, I think I'm pronouncing that close. It is the thing that tones the body down and tells the body that it's okay to relax. So it helps the body make good memories and retain memories. So that toning the body down is what I was talking about as far as relieving the tension, that fight flight aspect of our bodies that maybe we can go into really easily. It kind of tones that down so that we can sleep at night. It's plant-based and all natural. So a couple of other things, I'm not going to go into what that does, but it has things like essential oils, like black pepper, peppermint, nutmeg, spearmint. It also has vanilla bean oil and chocolate oil in it. So it has kind of a unique flavor. You can give this to horses, to your animals if you need it. It does recommend not giving it to your children. However, there have been reports of like kids just bonkers off the wall. I've heard some testimonies like really, really so that whole scattered and kind of crazed, that fight flight type thing. And Sherry Ross shares a testimony about a mom who tried just like a fourth of this with their 4-year-old, and it super calmed him down and he was able to function much better. But that's kind of up to you. But you can use it with your horses, your animals, but definitely it's one to consider if you are feeling like you need any kind of energy boost, or even just getting the nutrients from your B vitamins, your vitamin C. Nitro can be your friend. I think, I was going to say, this is one that I don't take as often. Jerry takes it like all the time. This is like one of his staples. And I don't know why. I do like it. When I take it in my Ningxia Red usually, or mix it with Ningxia and Nitro. But I was doing the research on this, like, I think I'm going to start taking this again on a regular basis because there's so much good stuff in it. So, Kara and Sarah, do you have anything to add about Nitro?
Yeah, I can add. I think you covered a lot of amazing stuff with it. I like to kind of describe it to people is it's kind of berry-like with a hint of chocolate. And a lot of times I think it's cool for people that even don't test their pills. Sometimes I say just to get the B vitamins in here. I will have done it just to be like, you know what, I'm kind of like tired. I could use that boost, and you can drink it. So I prefer to have it chilled. I know that my kids who are teenagers, I found that it's been helpful sometimes when they get up in the morning to take one of those ones. One of the things that I've noticed is sometimes it helps with the attitude. I just don't say anything, but I know they're taking it. So I think just the like pleasantness, it maybe helps wake them up. But B vitamins do that type of thing too. And it's really good. Bonnie had said this too, like if you like doing sports, something that you're going to do before you do sports, but it's also helpful I know my mom takes this when she's doing a long drive. If they go from like Minnesota to Florida, she'll have her Nitro because it just helps you give more of that alertness. And I always like to say, oh, it's the vitamins and the B vitamins, but you're getting a little capsule of that, of natural plant-based versus a synthetic one. So little teeny thing that's going to help you with the boost. And I just call it as when you need the boost in the afternoon or the evening. I think it's great.
I love Nitro. It's one of the products that I end up using every single day because similar to what Bonnie was talking about with her husband, just having a B vitamin that is a liquid that my body can uptake and actually utilize and get all the benefits from to support my nervous system and my energy levels and my cognitive function is huge and something that I rely on very heavily. One of the things that I have noticed with Nitro is if I take Nitro all by itself, it's great. I have a little bit of energy for a while. I can focus very, very well. on whatever I'm working on and just be like kind of in the zone for a period of time. But when I combine my Nitro with Ningxia, or if I combine my Nitro, my Ningxia, and my Zing all together, and I have all of the products in one drink, I compound the amount of time and energy that I have to just be focused and stay alert and awake by doing that. So if you take a Nitro and you're like, oh, well, you know, I had energy for a little bit. Do I need to take another one? No, you might not need to. You might be able to do what I do and just combine it with Ningxia, or combine it with Ningxia, Nitro, and Zing, or combine it with Zing. And you might be able to double or triple the amount of time that you're getting to actually stay focused and energized. One of the things that I know a lot of people use it for, and I tend to use it, is before you do a lot of physical activity, if you take your Nitro before, I seem to have more stamina. So if you are working out, or if you have older teens who are in a lot of sports and athletics, Nitro might be a good thing to pack with them and allow them to try right before they go into the game, just to give them a little bit of an edge on just having more mental focus and a little bit more energy while they're performing. And the last thing that I've noticed that's a huge benefit for me particularly is when Bonnie was talking about how it just relaxes your body and it just kind of puts everything into a more calm state. I tend to just get very, very like tight, and my muscles just kind of get twisted, and everything just kind of like just balls up like this. And then because of that, I end up just kind of aching and hurting in places if I've sat at the computer too long, or if I've done the same thing for too long. And when I have Nitro, I notice that the aching and just the level of like pain and uncomfortableness in my shoulders is actually decreased. So I really like having it available just for the overall wellness that my muscles and my body feel just from drinking Nitro.